little while now on the side because I think he is actually trying to step away from Dalsim.
I did speak to Burnout previously before this tournament. He said he has been brushing up to his Akuma after his loss to Repupplezorg at the Ranbats, of course. Yes. If you go back and you watch the match, Repupplezorg coming back from a 0-2 deficit
with
against
Alex.
Burnout Sim with Alex. But before we get into that, we're going straight into the match. Let's see if Burnout's Akuma has what it takes against Somniac's trademark Bison. Of course, he only plays Bison. He's been using Bison for many years, all throughout Street Fighter 4. Burnout's really going to have to show his skill here with Akuma if he wants to stay alive in this loser semi-final. He will be going home if he drops this match against Somniac.
Loser goes home in this killer match right now. But Somniac just sort of patiently putting on that pressure. Big meaties. Akuma can't afford to make mistakes against Bison with these big buttons.
And look at this meaty pressure from Somniac. He's pushing forward with that standing roundhouse. He's going to back off a bit, trying to get Burnout now to commit to something. Burnout down to about 50% now. He's got a lot of freight out. He's going to need to activate V-Trigger to stay alive. Big jump in from Burnout. Okay, let's see if we see a V-Trigger activation from Burnout. Here comes the EX that also goes from Som. Okay, doesn't push the point.
Oh, that's really bad. He could be dead. Yeah, he's just dead.
That looks like it will be a dead Burnout as...
not quite.
Magic Pixel. We're going to need to see...
Oh, the online gimmicks.
And we've seen Somniac go for that before with the standing short to close out round one of this losers semi-final.
This is... So, I think Akuma does fine against Bison, but because of Akuma's such low life, it's a matchup where he does fine unless he makes a mistake.
That's right. He is the glass cannon of the series. Ooh, just goes for the whip-punish DP there. Very lucky, but Somniac didn't capitalize there. Okay, here comes the EX Devil's Reverse. And an excellent counter from Somniac. That is so hard to counter that move.
Excellent. Extremely plus and has a great hitbox. But Akuma's back heavy punch is one of, if not the best.
And look at this corner pressure from Somniac. Of course, Burnout EX5 all out of the corner there. All right, Burnout's down to about 40% now. Of course,
anyone's round though.
Health, some of the least health.
Getting a bit more aggressive on Som now. Ooh, the random scissors.
Answer straight back with the EX scissor kick. Ooh, goes for the fancy parry.
There's a V skill. You got to establish that V skill in this matchup. Although I'm surprised that Som is just throwing it out immediately. He's not storing it because Bison does have V skill specific combos that do a bunch more damage.
Right, and here comes the activation.
I like that
V reversal straight away. He knows Burnout's going to go straight for that jumping EX5 ball. Here it comes. Ooh, but Som is not having any of it. Straight into the EX head stomp to really shut that down. And Somniac taking game one of this loser semi-final. Let's see if we see a switch from Burnout. I suspect he will stick with Akuma for the second game and then go to Sim in the third game.
Right now because it's I can tell he wouldn't do this unless because it's Somniac. You don't pick your pocket. I think
he feels that Som knows his Dalsim too well.
Yeah.
And he's going straight to the Sim pick perhaps, unless he has a third character that we don't know about. I would like to see an Abigail pick. That would be hype.
Yeah,
so I'd like to say that shit would be hype.
Yes.
But
do it for us, Burnout.
I think he wants that ticket to Evo Japan.
Yeah, you're right. A bit too much. Yeah, you're not right. You're not wrong. Ooh, he's going for... He's sitting on Akuma again.
He's thinking about it. He does have other characters he plays. Is he going to go... See who he's got.
He's going
for the Dalsim pick. That's right. And there it is. All right, Somniac locked in. And Burnout, no.
Oh, he's there. No, he is. He's going for it.
Burnout locked in. Somniac going for that great Halloween costume that we both players going for the Halloween costumes as we move into game two of this loser semi-final at the Southern Cross Championships live from Adelaide, Australia.
Let's see how how Burnout will adapt in this matchup and try and avoid, because I can see as soon as Som gets a down forward fierce, it's almost over. So it's going to be interesting to see how Burnout can sort of play that slippery game and avoid it, like he was against Room as a Ghost in previous sets.
That's right. All right, both players taking their time here as we move into game two. Let's see what Burnout's got in the tank. He's going to have to play extra careful against Somniac. As I said, these two have played many years together. So we need to see what, if anything, Burnout has that Somniac hasn't already seen before. Somniac, of course, famous for his defensive play and his nickname as the supercomputer. He knows everything.
But he also, that patient playstyle almost sort of doesn't work against Dalsim. Because you have to be the aggressor in this scenario as Bison.
That's right.
So it'll be interesting to see how Som does adjust for this Sim matchup. And you can see he is sort of he's taking his time. Oh, I like
look
that.
at that
use
EX
of the
doubles
stomp
reverse to get over that fireball. That is so strong. There's that crouching jab to check the slide from Dawson. That is negative on block. Burnout down to about 50%. He's going to pop that V trigger to try and take as much health he can off Somniac. Somniac in the corner now, and a big crush counter standing roundhouse.
Stuns the factor. Oh, that's so unlucky.
That would have been stunned if Somniac had eaten that EX fireball. Here comes Somniac with his own gimmicks. And look at the tricky mix-ups. Somniac's Burnout's going to have to block extra hard here.
Yeah,
because Burnout's got one guess left.
Yeah.
Very, very brave tech.
Oh, now
another V trigger from Burnout. Let's see what he's got left. And it looks like he did anticipate something from Somniac, but of course...
Well, the EX level reverse in V trigger is fully invincible.
That's right.
So obviously, I think Burnout was trying to bait that, but he just got unlucky and timed it wrong.
Yes.
And Som it trapped.
Yes, it was a very good read. You have to make those hard reads in Street Fighter 5 if you want to stay alive. All right, good spacing on that slide. That
walk up.
And here comes that walk up, standing roundhouse, crush counter pressure from Somniac. Plus frames on all those moves. All right, neither player willing to commit at the moment. Burnout with that great health. Burnout, of course, with a full critical out on deck. He's going to look to release that as soon as he can. He really needs this round if he wants to stay in the game. Otherwise, that's going to be a big mental guard break if Som goes up 2-0.
Yeah, it's going to be rough, especially in this matchup that he obviously doesn't like.
And he's just not giving Burnout any room to breathe here. He's checking that. All right.
Plus pressure, I like
Burnout
that.
using that EX flame to try and keep some space between himself and Somniac.
Oh, I didn't even know that beat it.
Neither did I. Excellent. I believe that's a standing medium punch to check the EX. Back medium, yes, to check the EX doubles reverse there. All right, how's Som going to get out of the corner here? He's just going to hang steady here.
It's just this patient sort of style. It's like he's not laming it out exactly. It's just a patient offense, you know?
That's right. All right, great block on the standing roundhouse there. He's only eaten one of those standing roundhouse crush counters. Look at the grey life here on Somniac. He's going to back up a bit to try and get some of that health back. Look at all that health.
Oh no, misses on the back medium punch.
And here comes the V trigger. Here comes Somniac. He's going to try and close out this round as quick as he can to get that 2-0 lead. Burnout popping the V trigger to try and stay alive. Great throw. Burnout's in serious trouble here. He just and look at the hitbox on that Devil's Reverse. And Somniac goes up 2-0 against Burnout. Let's see if we see a switch here from Burnout or if he's going to stay with Sim. We might see a third switch here from Burnout. He does have a lot of characters, although I don't think he has anything other than an Akuma or a Sim at a tournament level. All right, he's going to stay with Sim.
Sticking with it.
He's going to try and stay alive.
I like that
Losers semi-final. He is one game away from going home.
Like he gave the pocket a shot early, and then it obviously didn't work. You got to he may not like having to pick Sim right now, but it's his best bet, you know. And he is playing a bit more aggressive in footsies with these buttons now, although Som is now in, so we're not going to see that anymore.
Oh, that big standing roundhouse from Som, and he's made such good capitalization off that Devil's Reverse to try and really push the pressure on Burnout. And now look at this corner control from Somniac. All right, that jumping yoga snap to try and stay out of the corner. He's pushing Burnout back into the corner. That slide is negative. He has to block after that one. Burnout on 50%. He's in big trouble now.
This is
plus
really
he's
bad.
Not pressing any buttons.
Yeah. Oh, he almost got him on the shimmy. Oh, here comes the V-trigger. Activates the V-trigger. He's on the carpet.
Create some pressure now.
Build that grey life.
Well. Here comes the setup.
Good
tech from Som. All right, we're going to see another
Now we see a bit more a relentless offense from Burnout.
All right, and here comes Somniac. Look at that grey life. He's going to try and keep the offense going here to let that grey life really get some of that life back. All right.
Oh, that walk back.
Very brave tech from Burnout. He's trying desperately to stay alive here, but that 3-frame standing short, a big buff for Bison in Season 2.
That just shot him up the tier list so high.
Yeah, and Somniac knows very well that is a huge buff. Burnout taking a moment to think about what he's going to do. Somniac is on a match point against Burnout in the losers semi-final. Burnout may be going home at the end of this round.
Let's see if the World Warrior can adjust and try and turn this around. It has been a bit of a wash so far, but if anybody can turn this around, it will be a guy like Burnout.
The X-Split World Warrior, he's got critical art on deck. He's going to have to make something happen here.
Just needs one confirm and he can get 30% life lead right now.
Haven't seen him use a critical art at all this match. He's instead opted to use the EX Yoga Flame to try and keep Somniac at bay. And look at this pressure from Somniac.
These buttons, man.
So many plus frames. This is, of course, Bison's strengths here. All the plus frames on his normals.
Ooh, now Burnout
like Burnout knows what to do.
He's CA on deck. Ooh, that back
and an excellent back medium punch. Like you said, Tom, such a strong button against that EX doubles reverse.
Now, Burnout's doing a little bit better of a job of just being slipperier this round, actually.
Yeah,
and I think he's being a bit more aggressive with the... Oh, that slide was smart. He's being aggressive with his button presses now. He's not playing passive.
And look at this. All right, excellent teleport just to get the hell out of that pressure there. Somniac down to 50%. He's been wearing Somniac down so readily, but all Somniac needs is one crush counter here.
One crush counter. And
all right, pops the V-trigger. Burnout has to make something happen here. He needs to stay alive, otherwise he will be going home.
Somniac
on match point.
Teleports.
And look at this discipline from Burnout. No buttons.
plus pressure. Ooh, that splash.
All right, Somniac's in big trouble. Burnout's in big trouble. He needs to stay alive here. He's got one chance left. All right, here comes the Yoga Flame. What's he got for the setup?
Oh, no, that's a missed teleport. He got lucky.
That could have been very bad. Okay, excellent V
I like
reversal.
that choice.
Okay, and
10 seconds.
Somniac.
He's got the life lead. 10
8
seconds left.
seconds left on the clock. Somniac's going to activate V-Trigger very shortly.
No, Burnout's just trying to smother him so he can't find the time.
All right, and it could be a timeout. And there it is. Burnout stays alive.
Excellent play from
On
Burnout there.
match point.
That was terrifying.
That truly was terrifying.
Great play from Burnout,
I don't
though.
think Somniac realised there how quickly the timer was going down.
No, I didn't notice. That's why when I said there's 10 seconds left, I hadn't even noticed.
Yeah.
Just looked up and saw it then.
That mesmerising play from Burnout really putting Somniac in a trance. Although Somniac now putting the initiative forward, really trying to close out this game to try and take it 3-0 after Burnout. He wants to finish this match so he can move on in the losers bracket and get one match closer to that return ticket to EVO Japan.
Sweet, sweet flights.
Exactly.
Ooh, look at this
look at this pressure now from Burnout.
Gonna see the Gale. Yep, max damage.
He needs one more hit in order to stun. We're going to see the EX double reverse, and that is it.
Burnout on the board.
I don't think it's going to kill. He's going to need one more hit.
No, I think it will.
But that is it. And look how quickly that has turned around. Burnout stays alive in this losers semi-final. It is now 2-1
that was a great
as we move
showing.
into the fourth game. And what a comeback there from Burnout.
So, and Burnout made a very specific adjustment then in that match. He, in the first two, he was playing a more passive game, right, where he was playing the defensive role, and that was just letting Som bully his way in, right? But in that third match, he switched up to a more buttonsy sort of offense-focused style Dalsim. And that threw Som off a little bit, and it stopped Som from getting this sort of pressure, because this is where it all falls apart. Like, look how much grey off it's done.
Exactly. It's almost as if Burnout's been afraid to pressure, but he just pulled out all the stops there to stay alive. He needs to do that more in this game.
I like that aggressive style from him, though. I think that's the way he's got to play this matchup.
Yeah, he usually does play quite an aggressive hit and run Dalsim, but of course, as we said before, these two have played each other so often.
So you've got to switch up the play
and
style.
look at that whiff punish from Som. I mean, when you're playing against a player of Som's caliber, you've really got to be careful where you apply your pressure.
Yeah, you got to be on your toes at all times. You can't slack for a second.
All right, Som backing off, but of course, straight into the EX head stomp. Look
Oh,
at
that shimmy!
that big whiff punish
Drops
doesn't
the combo,
capitalise.
Ooh, little splash.
This looks like a repeat of the last game. Burnout in serious trouble. All right, and just goes for a throw. Burnout afraid to press any buttons after all that conditioning from Somniac and all those plus frames of the normals. Somniac finds himself again on match point. He's going to need to close out this game if he wants to stay alive in the losers semi-final.
Let's see. Oh, Burnout messing up teleport inputs now. Oh, he tried to slide out under the Devil's Reverse and ate it instead. All those walk-up roundhouses, man. This shimmy game from Som right now is terrifying, right? Because, like you can see, he was blowing up Burnout earlier for delay teching. And then Burnout ate a bunch of crush counter roundhouses, and now Som switched it up, and now Som's starting to tick throwing.
That's right, and Burnout content to just sit back at the moment. He is one round down. Somniac is on match point. Bornier is really going to have to take the initiative here if he doesn't want to lose the match and go home.
Good showing
and
from
speaking of
Sim
which,
right
here
now.
comes Burnout. Of course, Somniac checking him with those crouching jabs. He's not letting him get anything started. Somniac is one half bar away from moving on here in this losers semi-final.
But Burnout is fighting really well this round. There's a slide out from the Devil's Reverse. I like that
Look at this grey life on Somniac. Burnout just needs one jab to really take a lot of life out of Somniac. He's backing off into the corner there. He does not want to get trapped here in the corner. And look at that whip punish crouching jab from Somniac.
There you go, the grey life
Here comes a setup. All very brave tech from Somniac.
I like that V-reversal from Burnout. Get off me, try and create some space.
Burnout almost with 2 bars. He needs to really build that
I like that slide out
if he wants to
option.
stay alive.
That's really smart. I like that adjustment that he's made, and instead of trying to anti-air the Devil's Reverse, he's just getting out of town.
Big jump from Somniac. Burnout not ready to anti-air. Here comes the V-trigger from Somniac. This could be it for Burnout.
Forward throw. All right, one more
he's got one guess left. And that is it. Burnout Somniac takes it 3-1 over Somniac. Burnout is going home. Somniac moves on at the Adelaide Southern Cross Championship.
There it is. Hug it out, boys. That's all.